Step 7. Let's move on and get through this so we can get to our rough draft and get that finalized, out there, published. Yay, done. Thinking about this. So, again, as I warned you, it'll kind of be a rinse and repeat of the Step 6. But I want to make sure that you're very clear on what you're doing. So again, I'm doing the video. It'll look very similar except for the fact that your second reason should have totally different examples. Now again, if you have a reason, and my reason is toppings, and you don't know toppings very well, then you should go to the internet and research ice cream toppings. You can do that. And then you can find some, it'll give you all sorts, the internet will give you more than you possibly ever dreamed of all the different kinds of toppings you could possibly put on your ice cream, which, I'm gonna go with some pretty standard ones. But if you've ever been to a Cherry Berry or any other ice cream place, you probably already have a really good idea what some toppings are, or what kind of toppings they would sell you if you were buying ice cream or being the self-owned ice cream store owner. So we are going to go through and we are going to list in complete sentences, very descriptive sentences, I might add, please and thank you, toppings. Now, again, complete sentences, meaning it has to have like 5 or 6 or 7 words in that sentence. Okay, what is it and what makes it so great? So, you could, toppings for ice cream, my goodness, you could use fruit, you could use candies, you could use nuts, you can use, cereal, you can use, those little boba thingies, my goodness, you can use, hot fudge, you can use, caramel, you can use strawberry, you could use immeasurable things. Again, if I wanted more, I should go to the internet and Google what kind of toppings there are in the world that you can stick on ice cream. Some are probably very strange, and you probably wouldn't want to do that. I mean, for goodness sakes, I mean, anything could be a topping on your ice cream if you think about it. French fries, which are good with vanilla ice cream, by the way, as long as it's not salted. And you could why couldn't you put a Dorito on there? If you just crunch it up and throw it on there, for goodness sakes. Anything could be a possible topping. So, but some of the more generic ones, I'm going to go with some generic, meaning kind of everybody usually likes these kind of toppings. So that's what I'm going to use here. But if you believe that you can change my mind by using some unique, different toppings, go for it. You could argue that, but be very specific and tell me why they're amazing and wonderful and good. So, I'm going to go here with candy. Candy is a wonderful topping to use. You can use candy bars like Snickers or fruity candy. Whoopsies, I misspelled candy. Fruity candy, like Skittles. Okay, you could go on, you could wax poetic and list and talk about lots and lots of different candy in here. You could be very specific because candy is pretty general. I'm only going to list a couple because I just don't want to necessarily have so much stuff there that you're just crazy. You're just going crazy with it. Okay. Also, if you can't read what's being here, you can also come up here and look at what I typed up in this area here. You'll see that. All right. So candy is a good one. Fruit, lots of different types of fruit. So I could talk lots of fruit. So I'm going to use fruit as another example. Fruit is another topping many people use on ice cream. Period. You can use peaches strawberry. You can use, oh, I'm going to talk about cut up pieces of peaches, strawberries. What else? Raspberries, and blueberries. Period. Okay, so that's all I'm going to use there. Okay, so I have nice long sentences. Last example, I'm going to use liquid toppings. Now, liquid toppings could be the caramel, the hot fudge, you know, all of those different kinds of toppings. Warm toppings. Type here, warm. Another popular type of topping. You can use. These are caramel, and these are caramel and hot fudge. Okay, so now if you scroll back down here, again you can see that it has filled in your reason to paragraphs, and read it over. See if you like how it sounds. Because again, if you don't like how it sounds, go back up and change some of your reasons. If that isn't what exactly you were trying to convince me or change my mind about, well then I recommend that you go back, you change them, reword them, and it'll change it down here. So there are many toppings you can add to ice cream. Candy is a wonderful topping to use. You can use candy bars like Snickers or fruit candy like Skittles. Fruit is another topping many people use on ice cream. You can use cut up pieces of peaches, strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. Warm toppings are another popular type of topping you can use. These are caramel and hot fudge. So I have my reasons spelled out for you. I've given you some very specific examples of toppings, different types of toppings. Now I'm going to have to tie them together to get them to flow with some transition words. All right, I'll see you on that next video. Let's get this going.